In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. This, of course, let me forget. I forgot I got to shut this down. Yeah, I know, sir. We got it. Okay. I got to do that all the time. Yeah, that threw me off. I always have to do that when I get started. But this is the Reality's Temple on Earth. Of course, as you can see, this is a Google Live version of this ministry. And I am the host or the gatekeeper of this platform. I am known, wherever you may find me on social media, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am also your soul brother number one, not number two, number one, and your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. I'm going to stop using Taalik Ibn'rad. Just Angel Snub 7. This is social media. That should be sufficient. And plus, on top of that, my enemies wanted to destroy my Angel Snub 7 name so bad, I need to use it and keep it alive. Most people call me Angel Snub 7 anyway. And really, whether some of you may know it or not, and perhaps even myself, I am an angel. For real. You're more like a devil to me. Okay, I'm a devil to you, but I'm an angel to many of us. Now, believe it or not, man, I am so tired. I'm fatigued. I really had actually I did. I wanted to make a marathon of videos this weekend, but I just can't do it. I'm really tired. And I truly did not have an intent to speak about our brother, our soul brother, our Pan-Africanist brother, Dr. Umar Johnson. There are many people who are speaking about Dr. Johnson, the pros and the cons, and really I feel or felt no need to talk about our brother, especially at this moment in time. But as I kept messing around with social media, I hear a little bit of this and hear a little bit of that. I guess I might as well put my little 2 cents in on the deal so that maybe perhaps, I don't know, perhaps my brother, my soul brother, Dr. Johnson, I hope that maybe, and not only myself, I heard some very good commentary out there, not to try to hurt this brother, him some decent advice. Peace also to you, brother Dope Coke 1. I appreciate your being here. Definitely. I didn't want to speak about this brother again, but I'm here now. Let's do it. Let's just talk about Dr. Umar Johnson and the dilemma that he finds himself in. I had the honor a few years ago. I don't remember what year it was. 2011, 2013, 14 or something like that. I had the honor of going to a meeting featuring brother Dr. Umar Johnson. And I had an opportunity to speak with him very briefly. And we took video together and shook his hand and all like that. I'll tell you quite honestly, at that time, matter of fact, it was the celebration of the anniversary, some type of anniversary for Pastor Dr. Ray Hagins. And I'm very, well, I don't know now, but I was very cool with my brother, Pastor Ray Hagins. And Dr. Ray Hagins called Umar Johnson, brother Umar Johnson, the son he never had. So I had a chance to meet Dr. Umar Johnson in person very, I mean, just smiling. I mean, the way that he came off that day, he was smiling and you could feel the warmth coming from. He did not turn no one away. He took pictures with anybody that wanted pictures, anybody who wanted an autograph or whatever it was. Dr. Johnson, I mean, he was just, brother was just cool. So I have nothing personal against Dr. Johnson at all, period. In fact, I have nothing personal against nobody on social media. Nothing personal. The only thing I ever have done in all of my 10 years on this media is to critique an opinion that is public. And you have folks that get all upset and things of this nature. I don't know why. I've been out here for 10 years. People have made countless videos about me, and you never see me get angry over the video or what they say. Now, false accusations and allegations, that make you upset. That would make anybody upset. But even in that, you know, I'm like, just prove what you're talking about. And they failed to expose Angel Snub 7. How many times have I been exposed? So I know exactly what Dr. Johnson is going through. Somebody always out to expose somebody. Now, for me, I don't run away from being exposed. I run to them. What you got? You got some documentation? Now, when I was talking about being in the crazy house, there is no way nobody would have found out, because that type of information is locked down. It's not public record. I put that information out. I done it. I'm going to expose you. You was in the crazy house. I'm the one that put it out there, fool, idiot. And the reason why I put that out there, because it was an unjust incarceration. And I wanted to tell my story, bring it before the public. What are you exposing? I put the documents out there. I put the story out there. I done it. What are you exposing? Nothing. There is nothing. No one has to expose anything that I have done or whatever. You can't expose me. And if you do, I run to you. I don't run away from you. I don't try to avoid inquiry. I run to you. There was a song by our sister Whitney Houston. It was a song called Run to You. And that's what I do. I'm not going to run away from you. I'm going to run to you. Woohoo! I forgot how that song actually went. I don't run from nobody. I don't try to avoid questions. Some people think because they get silly, you answer their question or whatever, and they keep pounding with the same guard. I'm not going to keep going round and round with you. I answer the question, whether you like it or not, that's your business. And I'm not going to keep answering the same question over and over again. You got a valid, legit, whatever, grounded answer. Point blank. Nobody has time for childishness. So I understand exactly. But I have never experienced on the level that Dr. Johnson, I guess you could call it a form of harassment, probably to a certain point, but then a lot of it is valid inquiry. I want to just give my response to a post I saw on Facebook in regard to Dr. Johnson. And that's where I'm going to make my commentary based on that. Because a person comment on Facebook, and regardless, they are going to support Dr. Johnson. All right. That's your prerogative, and you can support whomever you please. But see, for me, and I want to speak to anybody, look, anybody out there, should you wish to support me, Support Angel Snub Nub 7 as long as I'm right. Support Angel Snub Nub 7 as long as I'm correct. You do me and you do yourself a disservice when I am wrong. Listen, when I am wrong and you know I'm wrong, but because you like me, because you like my personality, I'm very charismatic, I'm very oratorical. Whatever I am to you, you like me. You don't want to hurt my feelings. You do me a disservice to allow me to believe I'm correct and keep going on the wrong path. In the Quran, you pray, there's a prayer that comes from the Quran, and you as a believer in Allah, you ask Allah, oh Allah, keep me on the right path. That's what I want for me. Because if you keep me on the right path, I can get only stronger. I can only become a better servant to you. I can only become better. But when you allow anybody like Dr. Umar Johnson or Louis Farrakhan or Jesse Jackson or any of our leadership, even your mother and father, if we allow people to go in the wrong direction, our sisters and brothers, whomever, when we allow people to err and we don't want to hurt the, for instance, this, tell me the truth. If you don't like this shirt I'm wearing, just tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Which the shirt is a personal choice because I might like it and you don't. But I mean, if you don't like it, just tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. We need to learn how to be honest with each other. Think, oh brother, oh. Now you don't have to front somebody off, but you can take a brother to the side and say, brother, you need a peppermint? Oh, yeah, brother, thanks. See, we help one another in truth. We help one another in being right or righteous. Even a God to be righteous. I'm going to help you because I love you. I'm going to speak the words in hopes that Dr. Johnson can listen to them because I love him as my soul brother. Regardless if he's a Pan-Africanist or whatever he wants, whatever you wish to choose to call yourself, I love us. Whether you believe that you are African or Native American, if you're homosexual, whatever you are in this life, I don't care. I don't pick and choose from among these of whom I love. I love all of us. All of us have some problems, some more serious than others, but we all messed up regardless. But if I'm messed up, if you help me where I'm weak, and I helped you where you're weak, we become stronger as a people. We become a stronger family. Don't you think that's what we need? I think that's what we need. So this commentary is not to hurt or to make mockery or anything of that. It is to help my family. Because there's no way I'm going to choose somebody else over Dr. Umar Johnson. Or any of you who listen that are, and you say that you are a descendant of slaves born in America, having dark skin, the people that I call the people of soul. Soul brothers and sisters. Now, I do like the sisters a little better. They just cute and fine to me. I like brothers too, but you know, I just got a thing for the sisters, and y'all know that. I'm gonna stay that way. I'm very happy. If I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. Now, the supporter of Dr. Johnson, they begin their post by saying, all these enemies that hate Dr. Johnson, they're doing everything in their power to bring him down and whatever. And of course, as you know, Dr. Johnson has spoken. What's the word? I didn't pronounce it right. I'm trying to be smart, you know. Trying to add to my vocabulary so I can sound smart. But, you know, he speaks against our homosexual brothers and sisters. And brothers and sisters, Caucasian girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband or whatever. Y'all call them swirlers. He speaks against that. So the swirlers and the homosexuals and whomever and the regular coon. Dr. Johnson loved that word coon. Mind you, the word coon comes from racist, but it don't make no difference. Here you are, you calling somebody a coon, and you got it from a racist. But you're not a coon, but you use the language of the racist. I don't understand. I don't know how that, y'all can explain it to me in the chat room, because I don't understand. I don't understand how that one works. You can use the language of the races, call people coon and Uncle Tom and all these other names that y'all made up. Well, y'all didn't make them up. You got them from your massa. But you're not a coon. You're not Uncle Tom and none of that stuff. You're going to call another victim a coon and Uncle Tom and all this other stuff. I'm glad I got out of that. It's not necessary. In this case, I call us dark Europeans. Did not come from my massa. Y'all have all this knowledge and wisdom and understanding, but you can't make up your own definitions and labels. You have to borrow stuff from the oppressor. But yet you talk about you fight white supremacy by using the same tools of white supremacy, by being a black supremacy. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, so Dr. Johnson has these enemies, homosexuals and the swirlers. And mind you, the homosexual, regardless whether you like homosexuality, look, sorry, I'm fatigued, so I'm going to be messing up a lot. That's the second time I was tongue-tied. Mind you, homosexuals, they are still what? African. Whether you like it or not, one of the partners in the swirl is still African. You say you are unapologetically black. Unapologetically black. You say you love black people. But it's love with strings attached. What kind of love is that? For example, I'm going to use this for an example because I just want to bring this sister up because I sort of like her. Terry Ellis. I love Terry Ellis. But I don't want you to wear blue jeans. You can't eat pork. It's love with strings attached. What kind of love is that? Who wants that kind of love? If I love you for who and what you are. With your weave, with your pork chop in your mouth, whatever it is, your red, white, and blue hair, whatever it is, I love you. Now, we can talk about what we like and dislike, but when it's all said and done, I like you. I'm not going to make a demand on you to change. I love you with your red, white, and blue hair, but I prefer you with your regular natural hair. Darling, I prefer you, you don't have to have that weave, sugar cakes. You know what I'm saying? But I love you for who and what you are. It seems as though the love offered by Dr. Umar Johnson and many of these other persons is love with strings attached. Well, brother Taalik, Angel Snuff No 7, that's my brother, but he don't believe in God. So you can only really love me. I got to tell you, I have to believe in some God or follow you and brown nose you some kind of way. Your love is not real. So your love is a lie. You're telling me a lie when you said that you love me, but you can't accept me how I am. Because you think that I'm sick. Y'all don't like sick people? There are many people that's in the hospital right now. They are sick. Does that mean your love for that person diminish? You love your mother. She has breast cancer. She's in the hospital. Now you don't like her because she has breast cancer or lung cancer or whatever that ails. So you mean to tell me you don't love your brothers and sisters because they are homosexual? Do you know what they do in the bedroom? No, I don't know what they do in the bedroom. How do you know what they do in the bedroom? And why should you care? Who gives a damn? Are they bothering you? Are they trying to get you in their bed? What's the deal? Now, I can understand if you have that type of problem. I've never had a problem with my lesbian and gay brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters. I've never had that problem. Always been respectful to me. I don't know what they've done to you. I've never been beaten by them. I've never been cussed out by them. None of them ever called me a nigger or crazy. You know something? I've never been, even when I was in the crazy house, none of those lesbian and gay brothers and sisters never called me crazy. They never got mad at me and said I was crazy, even though I say that homosexuality is unnatural. Swirling is unnatural. But I've never had them come at me and call me names like some of these self-righteous persons. I wanted to say something else, but I'm not. I'm gonna skip that. I don't want to get angry. But the homosexual, I don't like that. Gay, well, our brothers and sisters, that's homosexual or gay. I don't know what's the political correct word to say, whatever. But they are African. The swirler is, there's an African involved. If you are unapologetically African, then why don't you love them? Because you have a problem because they suffer some type of sickness or mental behaviors that you don't like. I love you. You got chicken pox, I still love you. You got the mumps, I still love you. I don't care enough. My love for you is unapologetic. Unlike these others with strings attached. So you pick and choose who you want to love. You know, really what they're doing is you picking and choose who you want for your damn slave plantation. You're not looking out for us as a people. You're looking for somebody for your plantation. So Umar Johnson is an overseer for a plantation of slaves. But when you come here, you are absolutely free. I'm not looking for you to be my slave. You take care of me, I take care of you. We take care of one another. I'm not going to make special demands on you. I'm going to tell you how I feel about your behavior. I'm going to talk about, if you have chicken pox, I'm going to talk about it. Wow, you got the chicken pox. I don't want to get it now. I love you. You need to stay back a little bit. But I love us. I love you. There's no strings attached. Now, mind you, so they pick and choose who they want on their slave plantation. Ain't nothing wrong with a slave plantation if the massa has dark skin. I don't want a massa, whether that skin is dark or whether it's light or whatever that skin. I don't want a massa, period. In no kind of shape or form. I don't want that. And I don't want that for you. If you want to be a damn slave to somebody and keep doo-doo on your nose, then this is the wrong place to be. Because you're not going to be up in my backside like that. You want to run up and praise folks and worship and all, you go somewhere else. I'm not going to allow it because I'm not going to get caught up in the celebrity thing. I'm just your little brother that has experience that truly and sincerely want us up out of this condition once and for all. You don't have to praise me. You don't have to mention my name. You don't have to do none of that. Because that's not what I'm here for. I could care less. Now, you could do me a favor if you could hook me up with Terry, you know, Ellis, Invo. I appreciate it. Y'all could do that, you know. Moving on. I don't want to stay stuck thinking about Terry. So, these self-righteous people, you have fornicators. Homosexuality is considered a sin. Fornication is a sin. Do you see them teaching against that? You have adultery. That's a sin. They're not demonizing people over that, which of course, Dr. Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson is guilty of fornication and adultery himself. I don't know about the adultery, but I know he's guilty of fornication, clearly of that. I know he's guilty of that. And the rich, that's a sin, because the rich is a sign of greed. In nature, no animals take no more than what they need to survive. In nature. Anything outside that, it becomes greed. And the Bible and the Quran and all the religious people talk about greed. Greed is a sin. But y'all don't talk about rich folks, because y'all want that too. You want the big houses and the pretty cars and things of this nature. It's all right being rich. Y'all like to mess with each other's wives and husbands and fornicate. See, all that's groovy. If you like it, that kind of sin you like. But, oh no, let us not be a homosexual. Oh no, no, no. I don't want, I would never, I'm pro-black. I would never marry a white woman. Oh no, 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 no. Y'all a bunch of hypocrites and fake. I don't like that. Get away from me. Go away. I don't like that. Y'all, that's fakeness and self-righteous and grandiose. See, that's the problem with Dr. Umar Johnson. Grandiose, high and mighty. I'm the self-proclaimed, well, he don't say self-proclaimed, but he's the self-proclaimed prince of Pan-Africanism. I don't know why he can't be king. Well, Marcus Garvey is king, but Marcus Garvey is deceased. He can no longer be king. So why not you be the king of Pan-Africanism? And simply, oh, there go my sister Sunshine. Sister Sunshine, how you doing? Oh, and DC. All right. How y'all doing in the chat room on a Christmas Eve? Did you do your Christmas shopping? Oh, Donnie Lynn. Oh, I'm getting a little crowd here. All right. I'm so happy to see my soul family. Oh, wow, y'all. And believe this, I did not even want to talk today. I did not. I'm so tired, man. You wouldn't believe. But this thing about Dr. Umar Johnson just kept floating back and forth. I said, wait, let me put my little 2 cents in. So thank you so much for being my company. And, you know, so Michael Jackson did, you know, you are not alone. All right. I'm glad I took some notes down, because when y'all come to the chat room, it throws me off, but I know where I left off, so I can go right back where I started from. There's a song called that too. Right back where Maxine Gale, y'all probably don't know nothing about 1970 Maxine Gale. Right back where we started from. So let us continue down the yellow brick road. Now, Umar Johnson is the prince of Pan-Africanism. Simply what Pan-Africanism is, it's the unification of those on that continent, not only with those on that continent, but really with black folks, which they call all black people Africans. I don't agree with that, but they call all black people African. The people on that continent, in fact, dark-skinned people all over the world, they don't agree with that concept. They don't view themselves as the same. If you go to the, well, you don't have to go to the African continent. You can do it right here in the United States. And you can see these different dark-skinned people, and they would tell you they are from Africa, but they would quickly tell you, I'm from the Congo. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Rhodesia. That's what they're going to tell you. They're not going to tell you about some kind of unification or a wish to unify with nobody. Some of these people on the African continent have not liked each other for centuries. They do not consider themselves brothers and sisters. That's why it was easy for the cracker to come in and take the slaves and do what they done, because that's not my family. And y'all would do it right here in America. Somebody gets shot in the head, and you will go to work like it don't mean nothing. With my mama, with my daddy. We don't view ourselves as family. That's a facade. There's no black people. There's no black community in the United States. Straight from slavery, there was no unification of the people. This slave went to the west, this slave went to the east, this slave went such and such and blah, blah. They did not view themselves as the same part of people because we have similar circumstance, but we never viewed ourselves as a people. The sisters in the South start catching hell with Jim Crow. There was no response from those in the North. There was no response from the East and the West. That's y'all problem. If you don't like it, move north. If you don't like it, go east. If you don't like it, go west, young man. That's how we played, and we still do that right now to this day. The people on that continent of Africa do not view themselves as the same. They are not interested in Pan-Africanism. Africanism, that's a American slave concept crap that they made up. It came from here. It did not origin from there. They are not interested, even to this day. It was Muammar Gaddafi, who is not an African, but an Arab, who tried to unify them so they can start their own banking system. I believe that's why the crackers had to take him out. After Muammar Gaddafi was assassinated, it's business as usual. Those continents do not care nothing about an economic or banking system, period. You want to unify these people? You got a hellified job, because they are not interested. If a woman is not interested in you, you got hell of a game, or you just might as well give up. She's not interested. So I don't know why there's so much pride in being a Pan-Africanist. Don't mean nothing. The Africans don't give a damn about it. They don't care nothing about that stuff. But this is part of a grandiose, and this is what I see in Dr. Johnson that I did not see when I met him in person. This Dr. Johnson that I've been seeing over the last few years is grandiose and high and mighty. He always talk about, I do this. I care about your children. I will build a school. It's I. I'm like, what's wrong with this man? We are living in a situation where it should not be about I. I'm not interested in trying to be an I. Because whatever we do, you're not going to blame me by myself. Well, we supported Angel Snap 7. He said he was going to do this and he was going to do that, and it all failed. No, we failed. I'm going to make sure if we go down, everybody on the ship gonna go down with me. You ain't taking, I'm not going down by myself. But Umar Johnson, when you want all the praise, you want all the celebrity, all the money, all the women, whatever it is, then it's all about I. Well, you gonna get your I. You all by yourself in this. Nobody else you can blame. Nobody except yourself. Marcus Garvey. I was watching a documentary on Marcus Garvey not too long ago. And many of us, we admire and we praise Marcus Garvey. I was watching this documentary, but he was very arrogant too. He was pumped up. Now he couldn't do it. He couldn't do nothing with his own people in Jamaica. Then he come to America, and all the soul brothers and sisters here, they accepted his words, and it went to his head. That's why his steamship thing, he went into bankruptcy. He was letting people run things that didn't know nothing. Incompetence. Now, if you want me to speak, I think I'm pretty well versed. I think I do that. I think I do this thing pretty well. I can do that. But don't ask me to fix your car, because you will never drive your car again. For real, you will never. Now, I can fix a flat. I can put on a fuel pump. There's some little stuff I can do for your car, but that's not my thing. We're asking people to do things they are not qualified to do. Just because Umar Johnson is in your face and trying to be some type of leader or whatever, or whoever's out there, don't mean they are a leader. A leader needs to be creative. A leader needs to be smart. A leader needs to be wise. A leader needs to be able to see into a future that they will never live. And if you're going to be a leader of soul brothers and sisters in this nation, then you need to learn how to lead all of us. The homosexuals, the swirlers, whoever we are. You need to lead us. You should not be prejudiced against one over another. You're not a leader. Donald Trump is supposed to be the leader of America. Regardless if you're homosexual, you are a soul brother and sister, you Caucasian or Indian or whatever you are, he's supposed to be the leader of this nation. America, there's prejudice and bias, and you just like your damn slave master. You do it to your own people because you don't like their lifestyle. Well, let me tell you, if I want to be self-righteous, then see, I don't drink, I don't smoke. So I can tell you, well, if you smoke and you drink, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't fornicate and commit adultery. I don't, need to stay away from me. I could be the same, just like y'all can. I really could be self-righteous because I know I'm more righteous than many of y'all folks out there. It says, and most of all, a leader needs to be capable of listening. Yes, that's right. Listening and gain for all, not just for yourself. You are representing more than just yourself and what you want. You have to take into consideration what everybody wants, the people that you represent. You can't just think about what you want. Now, if you want to run your own little organization, that's fine and dandy. Don't call yourself no leader of soul people. You just lead your little corny group that ain't gonna go nowhere. But when you talk about, I want to lead, I want to help soul brothers and sisters in this nation, I'm unapologetically black, then you have to lead all that's black. And black comes in various hues, different mindsets and mentalities. You have to be able to listen to all of them so that we can compromise, so that we can move forward, even though we're different, like any other nation. Garvey was grandiose and what's that word, narcissistic. They were both, see, so he does have something in common with Marcus Garvey. And they also are facing the same type of scrutiny because during Marcus Garvey time, you had, what's his name, W.E.B. Du Bois, whatever, and a lot of these other colored leaders, whatever they're supposed to be, they was against Marcus Garvey, just like you see with Umar Johnson. So you would think that Umar Johnson learned something from Garvey. Clearly he did not. Clearly, because he's making mistakes that are so simple to avoid. And he's walking right into it. And the reason why he's walking right into those mistakes is because of his grandiosity. Nobody can tell him nothing. Well, there's a consequence to pay when you got a hard head. Because what they told me when I was growing up, a hard head makes a soft ass. So now you have Dr. Johnson, Mr. High and Mighty, pro-black, unapologetically black person, whatever he is. But now, all that air, he's starting to fall down. Because now, he's facing as a possibility, he could have his license to practice psychology removed. And in reality, excuse me, let me take a drink here. In reality, he might be getting set up for something worse. Believe me. Because when the Caucasian people, when the peckerwood, the cracker, whatever y'all want to call them, when they start getting involved, you don't know what they might have planned for you. You might think it's a simple little hearing. And it's might turn out to be much worse. I don't wish bad on nobody. Believe that. I don't wish death on no. Just because I don't like you, I don't like what you say, whatever. I'm not going to sit around here and talk about, I wish you was dead. They do me like that all the time. You need to be dead. I'll be glad when you die. You know, crazy stuff. I hope your mama died. You know, all kinds of, they just wish bad on you. But they are unapologetically black. Wow. With friends and people that love like that, you definitely don't need enemies. And I agree with you, Sister Sunshine. That's right. It's not about me. In this situation, just like the sister said in chat room, it takes a group of people to deal with this. You try to do it, one individual, one organization is not going to be able to handle this mess. We are in this is a very complex, you're dealing with an enemy that's very clever. They are very violent. They are very wise, very slick, very foxy. You have to be able, one person, you're not intelligent enough, and you don't have the power enough to deal with these people. It takes a village, not only to raise a child, but to get this damn oppressor off our back once and for all. But you have to learn how to follow competent, sincere leadership. There's nothing wrong with a leader if that leader is competent. That leader understands what it takes in order to get the job done. Don't follow me because he sounds good on a YouTube video. That's not being no leader. You have to discern and look at this person. What has he been through to qualify to help us get through this situation? And I will tell you now, and I'm not being vain or nothing or like that. My experience, my being introduced to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad since I was a little boy, this being my life, this struggle was my life ever since a little boy, and my experience in the crazy house dealing with these crackers for 10 years. I understand their mindset, and I survive. I know what needs to be done in order to get this situation and get this done once and for all. Know what to do. Not gonna try to avoid the loss of life, but we have to do what we have to do in order to stop this and don't pass this crap down to your next generation. I don't want my grandnieces and great-great-grandnieces and nephews to deal with this mess. This generation, we should be the greatest generation that has ever come up out of the womb. We are the ones to come up and deal with this mess once and for all. No more bull crap. I'm not interested in you giving me money for a big house, showing off with a car, laying around in a jacuzzi. Not interested in that. I want us free, period. I don't care nothing about having my ugly mug on some stupid CNN, Fox. I don't care. Matter of fact, we have social media. You don't need to use Fox and CNN and all that garbage no more. But it's all about me, celebrity, grandiose, narcissistic. I want praise and celebrity. You want to show off in front of your slaves. Okay, now. So Umar Johnson has found himself in an odd position. And I want to tell you this. Now, it's very funny that all this suddenly happens. Umar Johnson said not too long ago, I am going to have this school in 2018. He promised the people. But all of a sudden now you're getting in trouble. You know what it reminds me of? You know, like when somebody borrowed money from you and they don't really want to pay you your money back. And all of a sudden, man, I would pay your money, but my car broke down. Oh man, my alimony was a little bit, I'm a little short this week. They always coming up with these excuses right at payday. All during the week is cool. But you know they get paid on a Friday. And always on the Friday or a Thursday, they're gonna tell you, man, I just ain't got it. So in 2018, Umar Johnson is supposed to have this school. Now all of this is coming up. And he's telling the people, I quit. I quit social media. I'm gonna take a break. How you gonna take a break and you owe me a damn school? How are you going to take a break and you owe the people a school? You promised it in 2018. Now, if you go to jail, that's different. And see, that's another problem. Why is Dr. Johnson doing this all by himself? I keep telling people, if something happens to Dr. Johnson, the school still needs to get built. It still needs to come into fruition. He has nobody. Who else is accepting responsibility for this? And right now, he is in a situation, man, I hope that it don't go bad. Because I'm telling you, when you're dealing with these crackers, these devils, I dealt with them for 10 years. Believe me, I know what they're capable of, and I know what they do. They present something to smile in your face, and they got a whole new ball game waiting for you on the other side. Nobody is above scrutiny. Nobody. Whether it's Umar Johnson, whether it's Minister Louis Farrakhan, or Young Pharaoh, or Seti, or Sarnetta, or any of these people that listen to, nobody is above scrutiny, including myself. But I can take it. I might not like it, but scrutinize them. Nobody's going to like you to question them and all like that. No, if I told you that I like it, I'm not going to tell you, yeah, I like people when they bother me like that. I like it. I'm not going to do you. I'm not going to tell that lie. But I'm not going to run from you either. And if you sound like, if you're sincere and it sounds like what you're talking about is right, I'm going to embrace you and I'm going to be happy. Even some of my people that don't like me, they told me such and such, and I thought about it. And I'm like, that's a good point. I'm going to work on myself because again, when you accept right correction, you only get stronger and you only get better. So the next time somebody comes after you, what you got? I already jumped over that hurdle. Come on. Matter of fact, I'm asking you, bring it. I ask people all the time, bring it. That's why I have confidence. When I say that I am the most powerful voice on YouTube, I'm confident when I say that. Not arrogant, I'm confident because I know what built me. I know what bricks built me. I know what mortar put those bricks together. I know it. And it's some strong stuff. Like Florida Evans used to say, how can we lose with the stuff we use? Now, how can Dr. Johnson really believe he's gonna run around? That's right, Sunshine. I'm getting ready to talk about that. How can Dr. Johnson and some of y'all others, there's some others out here too. They're getting all y'all money. They're getting all these donations, these Patreon accounts. And you know you got some Negroes that don't like you. Now, I'm not going to do it, but there are some low-down Negroes. They're going to say, wow, Angel Snubbing Up 7 getting all that money from them Patreon accounts. Let me call the IRS. Ding, ding. Mr. IRS, it's this guy on YouTube. Angel Snubbing Up 7. Yeah, he's getting all this money from this. And you know, I'm just as a citizen, I wonder, is he paying taxes? Could, you know, is there somebody can investigate that? That's all it takes. And the IRS, because they want you. See, money, Caucasian people is about that money. Umar Johnson has collected possibly $500,000. possibly, real close. The only thing them crackers can think about is those dollar signs. They really don't give a damn about his license. We want that money you got, Negro. So not only Dr. Johnson, but there's other YouTubers out here. I'm not gonna say no names. They know who they are. You collecting money and you ain't paying no damn taxes. It only takes a phone call. You know. Yeah. They collected. I just sent $5 to them myself. They paid. You gotta have your act together. The IRS don't play. Remember, that's part of the reason why Marcus Garvey got in trouble. Taxes and mail fraud and all that kind of good stuff. Then they pull the RICO Act out on you. Oh my, wow. That's the RICO Act, what brought down Yahweh ben Yahweh in Florida. Now, Umar Johnson can't be accused of murder. The Hebrew Israelites in Florida was accused of different murders. And they got, and the leader, Yahweh ben Yahweh, got caught up on murder charges and was sent to prison. And he could never return to the organization that he founded. So, you know, this might not turn out too good. And I can see when Dr. Johnson is talking and speaking, he knows. But see, all this could have been avoided simply by running to the people. If they want to see evidence of such and such, just like Soul Brother Young Pharaoh said on his video, just show them the documentation, show them the license, just give the people what they want. But when you duck and you dodge and you try to do all this roundabout stuff, because maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're not, we really don't know. But see, this hearing stuff out, maybe even more than what we think. It's a messed up situation, and it could have simply been avoided if he, as they say, really knew the struggle. So you got the tax man, and when it comes to money, these crackers don't play, y'all. They don't. So Dr. Johnson says on his Facebook account that he might give the money back and go to Africa, and he needs to chill out for a little while or whatever. But see, now he talks about giving the money back to the people who donated. But the problem is, he also said that when you donate to the GoFundMe out, he said that GoFundMe took $200,000, almost $300,000 out of the money that was donated. They take almost half for them. I don't know how GoFundMe works. I don't know how that works. That's a lot of money. I wouldn't even use no service like that. Why would you use a service? And if I raise $400,000, they're going to take $200,000. No. I wouldn't even use nothing like that. Something, I mean, that story don't sound, why would you do that? That don't even sound smart to me. But that's what he said. So you can't give the people their money back anyway because you don't have it, because GoFundMe got half of it. So how are you going to give the people back their money? Then he said he's going to go off social media, but he's still going to do some of this touring thing that he's doing. Then he's going to go to Africa, and I'm going to build a school in Africa. For who? Not for your children, because your children live right here in the United States. So he's going to use your money for boys in Africa. And I said boys because Dr. Johnson do not represent children. The Post was saying Dr. Johnson, he's the only one who understands and defends and stands up for our children. No. Dr. Johnson has a book, How to Save Black Boys. Dr. Johnson talks about saving black boys. He don't talk about children. He talk about only the boys. When I talk about people here, I put Soul Sisters #1, as y'all know. So Sister Sunshine, you number one on my list. That's right. Love y'all. Then the brothers. Now, when it comes to children, now I love my children. I love little children. I'm an old grumpy man. You know, I don't, you know, I can't handle children like I used to. But you know, when I'm in the mood, I like playing with little boys, and I like playing with the little girls. I have fun with my nieces and nephews and the little children. So if I'm going to stand up for my children, I stand up for my children. I don't just specify the boys. I don't know what it is about the boys. Y'all, it's the attack on the boys. Well, maybe because daddy is stupid. Boys' life. Straighten up the men, and we'll have better boys because the boys will have an example. Maybe that'll help the boys better than having a school. Because what is that going to do? What you going to teach them? Because whatever you can teach the boys, you can also teach the girls at the same time. I don't see why you specify and leaving the girls out. Then you're going to talk about we need to unify. How are you unifying anybody when you're concentrating on the boys and you're leaving the girls? How do that make, how do you think they make the girls feel? Just like how women felt back in 1995 when we had the Million Man March. No women involved. We just want the men. There are sisters, more strength, more vigor than a lot of men. And we're going to leave the sisters out. I could not have a march like that. Oh, it's just the men. I couldn't do nothing like that. Here together. We in this fight together. When we fall together. It's an all-together thing. I don't believe in this separation stuff. The men over here and the women over there. And I don't get that. We are in a fight. I can't lift my fist up, then Sister Sunshine grab my arm, pow! You know what I'm saying? That's how we do things up in here. That's how we do it. I don't separate. We in this fight together, regardless to who you are. We in this fight. Somebody mess with you, they got to mess with me. See, if the crackers or any of our enemies knew we was together like that, it'll be a whole different ball game. But they know we are divided and we're selfish and we're arrogant. We have this grandiose thing like Dr. Johnson and Garvey. Love Garvey, but Garvey has some personal deep. All of us have personal things we have to deal with because I know I do, still do. Sister Sunshine said, nope, we are leaving all the babies with you for a few days. No, don't do that. No, don't leave your children with a grumpy old man. No, don't do that. Please. We in this thing together. I don't care. All of us should be together. If they jump on the Hebrew Israelites, they got to jump on me. They jump on the Nation of Islam, they got to jump on me. We need to squash all the difference crap. You see a brother coming up, bring him to your channel, bring him up for free. Not so you can make money off of him. Oh, this brother's good for the struggle. Bring him up. I try to do that all the time. Have always done it. Nobody intimidate me. Matter of fact, if you can do the job better than me, I'm cool with it. I sit back in the cut and just help. I don't have no problem with it. Less work for the kid. I don't care about that celebrity stuff. People praising my name. I could care less. The only reason why I do what I have to do is because it needs to be done. No more, no less. We need to hear an alternative to this stuff that just not working. It's not working, people. You see what kind of trouble Umar Johnson is in now. So there are schools that already exist, like Dr. Umar Johnson talked about he wants to build. There are already many skills. People even sent him pictures and links to schools that's already in existence. The only thing he has to do is go there and make it better and support the schools that already exist that support our children. You don't want to do that because see, I want my name on it. I want to name it the way I want to do it. So you're not interested in the children. If I donate, if I give or support anybody, I don't care about my name being on nothing. I'm doing this for the children. So clearly, you're not really interested in the children. It's something about yourself that you're looking for. The hell with the children. The schools already exist, and you don't have to worry about starting from scratch, because from what he's doing, it's starting from scratch. These schools don't have to start from scratch. Many of them have been around for years and years and years. They need that type of funding. Why don't you direct the people to fund the schools that's already in existence and then make that school the way you want it to be, instead of wasting all this money starting from scratch, because you don't need it. Thankful Sunday, but today is Saturday. Oh, today is Sunday. Oh my. See, that's how tired I am. Today is Sunday. Oh, my bad. See how tired I am? I'm thinking it's Saturday. That's messed up. But we're going to bring this talk to conclusion. That Sister Sunshine says, that is one of our major problems. Most of us are not willing to squash individual differences for the purpose of unification and progression. Most have become too satisfied with the individual scraps. That's right. That's right. You're not going to find that here. Matter of fact, in 2009 and 2010, I got in my ragged car in my 1984 LeBaron. My car, 30-some years old, but it got the job done. I would actually get in my car and go visit some of these YouTubers in person, talking about unity. And all these folks, they're not interested. They're looking for some type of celebrity. It's all me. It's all about them. And it was only one brother, and I'm going to try to get him on my Google Hangout. One brother, they call him Uncle Tom, and a coon, they call him this all. He was the only brother willing to set aside his differences or whatever for our unity to see if we can progress and make a move. All these pro-black and all this stuff, and they love black folk. None of them. Matter of fact, that year, I think I visited Sarah Seti that year too. And I asked him about unity. Well, if they ain't down with the BPC, the Black Power Cartel, I don't. You know, sometimes you can't unite. Something he was telling me. I'm looking at him like, wow. So if you can't create a unity among our people, you ain't got a chance in hell to be successful. Without unity, we're a done deal. You might as well take a gun, put it to your head and go, pow, it's over, it's a done deal. These things that we're doing right now on an individual basis, it's not gonna work, never. It's never gonna work. It has never worked for nobody on this planet. It takes unification to do anything. It takes a group. When you see wolves in nature, they work as a unit. Bees work as a unit. Ants work as a unit. Those are the most dangerous predators. Those that work as a family, as a team. Individuals, they have a lot of starving days. A whole lot of starving days. But when you work as a team, more bellies get more full more often. You can believe. Ask any hyena. My sister Sunshine continues to make good points. She talks about that they would rather assassinate you than unify with you. And one of the best case in point is Brother Malcolm X. There was no need for that. That was a great loss for us. It caused us to go backwards. Malcolm X was a thinker. He was a realist. And I guarantee you, sooner or later, he was going to leave the Nation of Islam sooner or later anyway, because he just did not have that mindset. His mind was always moving and changing. He wasn't going to be in the nation regardless anyway. In fact, I could tell you, and I would say, and I'm trying not to be vain, Malcolm probably would have turned out more like me. He would have found out, he would have saw all these errors and all these type of thinking, and he would have rejected all that stuff. He would have let religion go. I know some of y'all, some of you are, I mean, you're religious or whatever. But see, if you don't need that, why use it? I don't need to believe in a God to be righteous. I don't need to believe in a God when I see that you're starving, go in my pocket, give you some change or buy you something to eat. I don't need God to tell me that. I don't need God to tell me that I should love my brothers and sisters. I don't need a God to do that. Now, if you cripple in the mind and you need something to stand on, okay. But don't get on my case because I don't need it. All the things you can do and you praise God, I can do it and I don't have no God except the God within myself. And then even in your scriptures, it says that the kingdom of heaven is where? Within you. There was a story called The Wizard of Oz. And Dorothy wanted to go home so bad. And she walked down the yellow brick road and went through all this adventure. Come to find out, she had the power to go home all by herself. All thing she had to do is click her heel. She already had the power. But she went and did all that to try to find the wizard who did not have no power at all. Think about that. So I want to bring this to conclusion. Yeah, and it's sad that Malcolm was so powerful and such a great influence that he was still on the list as being a terrorist, problem, even after he was murdered. But now he came from up out of the Nation of Islam. Why wasn't there more activity against the nation? That's what made Malcolm. And the reason for that is because Malcolm was different from the nation. He came from up out of that, but he was no longer. He understood what revolution and liberation really was. And it was not running around, throw down a prayer cloth, talk about all that stuff. He knows what revolution and liberation, what that really meant. And that's what I'm bringing here from this roster. So in conclusion, really, I want to say that it would be better for Umar Johnson, instead of running and dodging. Brother, wish me a Merry Christmas. Right, okay. All right, cheers. Wish me a Merry Christmas. Now, how can a person, religion and spirituality, why would somebody believe that I celebrate Christmas? I reject religion and spirituality, both. So how could anybody even begin to say or think that I would have anything to do with Christmas? Because some people think that there's a difference between religion and spirituality, and the reality is it's not. Because people that's in religion talk about how spiritual they are. So I mean, it all goes hand in hand. It's the same stuff. You just want to feel better. I'm not religious. You still believe the same kind of stuff. You believe in spirits and spooks and unknown stuff, and you're gonna fly out your body, and and little aliens is running around your house, and you believe in the same stuff. So I don't see how you any different from the person that's supposed to be religious. What's the difference? I don't see the difference. But I tell you this, when I was locked up, no religion, no spirituality helped me at all. So I could care less about that stuff. I'm done with it. It didn't help me at all. I had to learn the right information in order to solve my problem. And being spiritual didn't help me. Belief in God and religion, that did not help me at all, period. Don't get angry at me because I reject that. It did not help me. Now it might help you. It did not help me at all. And I don't care nothing about it no more. I just don't. I wonder how religious my sister Terry Ellis is. I listened to a lot of interviews with her. And, you know, like all of us, you know, we believe in God, but a lot of us we're not a religious fanatic. Some of these people are, they just religious fanatic. Oh, Jesus, they say Jesus every few words. And oh, Lord, and Jesus, and oh, Allah. Oh, I don't want, I couldn't deal with that. And she turned about religious like that. I said, oh, I made a mistake. Sorry, I wonder if sunshine is available. Now, in conclusion, I want to say this. I hope that our brother is in no real trouble with these crackers. I hope that the only thing they want to do is, and he never really said what they really are after. He did not really make that clear. But see, the thing about it is, if he's running around saying that he's a psychologist, but he really is not, that's a problem, because I forgot what the technical word is, but you are impersonating somebody. That's against the law. It's against the law. Bottom line, you cannot pretend to be a doctor. You cannot pretend to be a police officer. You cannot pretend to be a judge. You can't pretend to be these type of people, especially people in that type of profession. You can't pretend. That's against the law. You can go to jail for a long time. And this can add up to criminal charges. It's up to the prosecutor, because once this hearing is over, they can go to the prosecutor and say, look, we got this man here, and we think he's committed fraud, and he's impersonating a doctor, being a doctor. It's up to the prosecutor. And they find out that this man has $500,000. Now, it does not make no difference whether he's convicted or not. They're going to get that $1 million because Umar Johnson is not a lawyer. And really, all these people are in cahoots. When Dr. Johnson started giving money to these lawyers and to the courts to defend himself, all these people get a cut. Believe it, I know it. I know about it. I went through this mess. And yes, I agree with you, brother. All of a sudden this came up because it could be a way in order to justify keeping the funds that's already collected. I don't know. The jury is sort of out on me on this, but that's the way it's looking. It looks like this is all an attempt to keep the money, because the money that Umar Johnson has raised, if he split with the money, he can live on that for forever. He can live on it forever. So I don't know. But if he get caught up with criminal charges, he better get the hell to Africa real quick. Otherwise, he's gonna be using that money to pay for his defense. And that's just how it goes. So we're gonna see how this turns out. We like drama, don't we? We like soap opera type of stuff. I don't like it, because all of this really could have been avoided. The only thing Dr. Johnson had to be is open and honest. If you're not a doctor and just claim to be a doctor, just be that. Stop. I mean, I don't get it. And some of us think just because we did go to school and get a degree, and I want to tell y'all this, a psychology degree ain't much anyway. It's one of the weakest and cheapest degrees that you can earn. Nobody in any discipline respects psychologists. And they would tell you, the Diagnostic Symptoms Manual, when you first begin to read that book, that's the Bible of psychiatry, it would tell you that everything they are about is based on theory. It's all based on theory. But they're going to give you some real drugs. Now, everything, all their diagnoses and stuff is theory. But that medicine, believe me, that medicine is real. It'll knock you out. Mess around. And next time you see me, after I take that medicine, next time you see me, I'll be opening up the Reality's Temple. I forgot what that stuff is called. It's called, I can't pronounce what it is. Anyway, you get the shakes. That medicine is bad for your heart, and you get some of that stuff. That one of the side effects is this shaking crap. Can't even drink the water. You shaking. I know, I lived it. Umar Johnson know about psychiatry, but I lived it. Now, everything Dr. Johnson talks about psychiatry, 1000% correct. But I knew all about that because I lived it. I also knew about it because the Church of Scientology has a branch called the Citizens Commission on Human Rights. They fight against and try to expose psychiatry. And that's how I learned about that psychiatry garbage, because of the Church of Scientology. I don't care nothing about, what's his name, Ron L. Herbert or whatever. I don't care about him. But everything the Church of Scientology says about psychiatry, 1000% correct. I know, I lived it. Things, and looking at my life, everything they were saying was right on money. So you may not like the Church of Scientology, but believe this, I'm telling you, everything they say. And they even talked about how psychiatry direct its attention against soul people. They even talked about that. So, you know, Dr. Johnson is not saying nothing new as far as I'm concerned. I lived it. I know about all that stuff. Way before Dr. Johnson, way before the internet, I was living this stuff. So you have Dr. Johnson, and hopefully things go well. But the worst case scenario, as y'all know, could be, because you're dealing with crackers. You're dealing with these devils. They want your money. They don't care about how popular you are on YouTube. They don't care about you going on tours to Tokyo, Japan, and Africa. They don't care about that stuff. You got $500,000 we can get our hands on, son. I'm telling you, that's how they think. And you run around on the internet, you telling people all your business, and now you drawing their attention. They want some of that money. They can get it all of it. The worst case scenario would be that he be charged with a crime and convicted. And all your grandiosity, all that what you think that you was, don't mean nothing. Dr. Johnson, go to prison, go to jail, and all these thousands and thousands, if not 1 million people who claim they love Dr. Johnson, they'll soon disappear. I tried to stay in contact with Brother Natural Tahuti, and he no longer, I was trying to write that brother in prison. He no longer writes me back. I don't know why or whatever. And I sent him money to put on his books and everything. But when you go to prison, I know, I went through this. When you go to jail, when you go to prison, it's out of sight, out of mind. You might as well be dead, really. To a certain point, you might as well be dead. All these people that talk about Umar Johnson, the longer he stays in prison, in jail, they won't talk about him no more. You won't see his videos, none of that kind of stuff. That's Natural Tahuti. All these people was talking about Natural Tahuti, Natural Tahuti. But when he went to jail, it was over. He told me they really don't even write him no more. They don't have no contact with him. See, But see, if I love you, going back to the beginning of this video, see, if I love you. See, there are people in jail that have people who really love them. They go see them, they write them letters, they are never forgotten. But see, when you really, see, you just in love with Dr. Johnson because of his personality. And you'll see these people just slowly disappear. Well, he ain't doing nothing for children no more. And, oh, well, you find somebody else to follow. You find another slave master. And see, that's the thing about it. There are no slave masters here. I'm not going for it. You're not going to serve me. I'm not going to serve you. We are in this together or not at all. Period. So there are many people, not only myself, trying to reach out to Dr. Johnson and try to give him, you know, some advice. Hopefully it's not too late, because now the beast has shown up and he might be a little hungry. Don't know. I know personally what can happen. See, I did not have to do 10 years in the nut house. I didn't have to. But like they always told me, a hard head makes a soft ass. But see, the thing about me though, my ass was not soft. I was a fighter. I fought all the way. Didn't have nothing to fight with. I'm fighting and doing my thing. No, 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 no. I refuse to have a soft ass. Yeah, I messed up. I screwed up. But I'm in here and I'm going to fight. And I would rather had died than accept them calling me a criminal and insane. No, that's not what I am. I'm not going to say that. Well, you're going to die here. Well, I accept death. So I know where I would stand. In any case, I know where I would stand. Some of you, y'all soft. Y'all got a soft ass. You'll snitch. You'll snitch on somebody else. You'll grovel. You'll cry. You'll break down. You can't handle it. But before you went to jail, talking all this stuff and you high and mighty. Well, Dr. Johnson, you're not going to be high and mighty no more. These crackers don't care nothing about your celebrity and what you do on YouTube. They don't care. They are much higher than you are. Believe it. You go to jail, you're going to find out you didn't have as many friends and supporters as you thought. I want to thank Stomp Down. That's what you are. Stomp Down. And the brother is back. We have a love-hate relationship, don't we? Brother is back. I like you though. I mean, when I was telling people about people asking inquiries, and I love it myself. I mean, sometimes it get on your nerves or whatever, but I'm real about mine. So bring it. Bring it to me. I actually like it. Bring it to me. You're supposed to question me. You're supposed to see how sincere I am. You're supposed to. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to duck and dodge. I'm real about mine. I've been this way since I was 7, 8 years old. So I'm real about mine. I protest by myself. I don't need thousands of people around me. I go out on the street, I pick up a sign, and I'll do it all by myself. That's how down I am. I don't need people to help me. You help me, that's cool. I'll do it by myself. That's how I'll do it. Now I've gotten a little older, and believe me, that incarceration thing, 10 years, whooped the hell out of me. Believe it. I don't have that drive like I used to. I don't have that fire. When they lock you up, it takes a lot of the fire out of you. And that's what I was telling some of the brothers who was talking about Nelson Mandela as a traitor. Let me tell you something. Don't you ever call Nelson Mandela a traitor. You should be ashamed of yourself. Nelson Mandela was a young man. He went to prison and he did hard time. He was breaking rocks. He did hard labor. Almost 30 years. when he comes out of that situation, which there was no guarantee, all his energy was taken up. How you doing, Eric? All that was taken away from him. I understand what Nelson Mandela went through, which my incarceration was comfortable compared to him. Who knows how many men he saw dead in that place. And he was in a situation where somebody could have died and they did not immediately take the body away. The body would sit there and they probably would let the body decompose. And he had to smell and look at that man, that dead body laying there. You don't know what Nelson went through. And then when Nelson get free, you think he's supposed to be this, oh yeah, what he was when he was in his 20s or early 30s or whatever. That ain't how it worked. Incarceration, that stuff breaks you down. I know. And you carry, how you doing there, Joe? Joel? Glad to see you. And that breaks you down, man. I know, I lived it. I was living with people. Who didn't want to leave the place no more. That's what you call being institutionalized. And see, that's our problem as a so-called people. We're institutionalized in this place. We want to leave, and we want to leave. We have a love and hate relationship with our massa, the people that's here, because this is all that we know. We don't like it, but this is all that we know. And we don't have that, just like many Africans and immigrants that come from other countries, they actually risk their lives coming to America. We're not willing to risk our life going to South Africa. Because if we go to Africa, we still want YouTube, we want Facebook, we want our cell phone, all that kind of good stuff. We want to live comfortable. That's not how it works. You don't see Dr. Johnson. He's not in no hurry to go to live in South Africa. Got a question in the chat room. Did they come after Tariq Nasheed? I don't know about Tariq. So you have to be smart in this game. But see that celebrity, that grandiosity that Umar has, it's gotten him in trouble. People have been trying to tell him, hey man, you need to watch yourself. And plus he's a psychologist. He's a psychologist. He's not a psychiatrist, because a psychiatrist can give medicine. He's a psychologist. A psychiatrist is also a medical doctor. A psychologist cannot prescribe medication because a psychologist is not a medical doctor. So the only thing Dr. Umar could do is give you some kind of therapy, but you have to go to a psychiatrist in order to get those medications. He can't do that. That's the difference between psychiatrist and a psychologist. But we are living in a period of time. All these people looking for celebrity and fame or whatever, it might be a high price to pay, especially when money is involved. You getting this money on Patreon, GoFundMe, whatever, you ain't paying no taxes. I'm telling you. So-and-so, they driving a Mercedes Benz. Are they paying taxes? That's all it takes. You be under investigation, because in this country, it's all about money. They want that dollar. The reason why they held me for so long is because I was worth $600 a day, and there was no work involved. They didn't have to do nothing with me. That's why they held on to me as long as they did. There was no work, and I was worth $600 a day for 365 days a year. I was making them big time money. And then you got to look at it. I'm worth $600 a day by myself, and you have over 100 some clients. at $600 a day. It runs it to make some money. And it wasn't going to the staff, because believe me, they was getting paid very poorly. Very poorly. That's right, Stump. See, Umar loves to run his mouth, and his mouth getting him in big time trouble. You got all these YouTube videos out here. You don't know what these people got planned for that man. I hope it's not going to go that way. But I'm telling you, when you're dealing with these sick pink folks, and they begin to see dollar signs, if money wasn't involved, he might not even be having this hearing. They probably know about that GoFundMe account and all that money this man raised. Don't happen. They happen for a reason. You can believe it. But with that said, y'all, I really enjoyed myself. I began to wake a little bit, and there's so many of you in the chat room. I'm loving it, and I think I'm gonna come back. I might do something later on tonight. I'm not sure. Try to do something tomorrow. It's according to how I feel. I'm awake now. Y'all got me hyped up. So I had some subjects that I wanted to talk about, and I might come back later on tonight, or do something tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. It's according to how I feel. But again, Dr. Johnson, unlike you that have strings attached, I love you, bro, and I don't want nothing to happen to you. I've been through it. I don't wish that on nobody. I sure don't. So y'all, as Don Cornelius always said in parting, I do so also. I wish us love, peace, and soul. Thank you.